All right, next story up. Let's go over this quickly here. And yeah, this is exactly what you should be doing. Every team should be tailoring to their quarterback. I don't care what you believe in, what your game plan, what your offense already is, whatever the quarterback that you have and is going to be the starter for that year, you tailor the offense to them. So let's get in this article right here, because everyone's kind of like championing this, like, oh my God, yes. But it's like, this is what everybody should be doing. Once again, Adam Gase, that's the poster child, folks. Have that image in your mind. Do you want a team like Adam Gase, where Adam Gase has one offense, the only offense he could ever run, and it was only successful with Peyton Manning? So that tells us that his own system was not good by itself. It's because he had a Super Bowl, Hall of Fame caliber, top potential 10. We can go safe. Top 10 quarterback of all time in Peyton Manning. So, yeah, that's Adam Gase. Hey, I've got this system, and if you don't fit the system, then we lose games, and I will not take any responsibility. That's what you want on your team? The hell is that? No, thank you. But we get this. The Dolphins are going to, quote, tailor the offense around quarterback Tua Tagovailoa's strengths. Yes. If you've got a quarterback, you tailor the offense to them. I don't understand why this is like some big revelation that, like, oh my God, I can actually just call what he's good at. Oh, wow, who came up with that? That's a genius move. It's like, no, that's what you should be doing. Don't try to fit people into a pre-made mold. That's not going to work at all. We get Deebo Samuel, look at him. Started as a wide receiver because he's good as a wide receiver, but then the 49ers and Mike McDaniel, the new head coach for the Dolphins, are like, hey, Deebo, you're pretty fast, and you're kind of shifty. You want to try, some running back plays, and some trick kind of wide receiver screens real quick? Yeah? Oh, you're actually good at those. Wow. Who would have thought? Tailoring. Deebo Samuel's more than just hands. He's got speed. Let's use him in the backfield. Let's use him in misdirection. And what happened? The 49ers won a couple of playoff games. So, yeah, tailor the offense to what you have on your team. Now, is it that hard? Are coaches in the NFL literally not doing this? Because if they are, then you need to fire them immediately. And if nobody else is thinking of this, then yeah, I'll throw my hat in the ring for an offensive coordinator job. What are you, crazy? Of course. So let's, I think we're hearing from Darrell Bevell in these quotes here, but let's see what this man is saying. New offensive coordinator for the Dolphins, for Tua, and we've got some real great out-of-the-box young coaches here with this Dolphins team. So if you're a Dolphins fan, you should be real excited this offseason. Everything is starting to look up. We'll see if it continues to look up as the offseason progresses. We've got the whole lawsuit with Brian Flores and Stephen Ross maybe forcing to sell the team. But forget the front office. Everything from the coaching to the players, there's some big reasons to be excited here for the Miami Dolphins coming up this season, which we could absolutely not wait for. All right, but here we go. Let's hear from Darrell Bevell, the new passing game coordinator for the Dolphins, just hired. Well done by Mike McDaniels, getting once again smart, outside the box, thinking coaches on his overall coaching staff. So once again, big time excitement should be surrounding this Dolphins team, obviously besides the management, the ownership. But let's see what they've got planned here for the Dolphins offense coming up this season. So let's read the first lead up to the quote here. Here we go. The commitment to the former number 5 overall pick extends to molding the entire offense around what best suits Tua, according to new quarterbacks coach and passing game coordinator Darrell Bevell. He says, quote, the first thing is to get him ingrained in the system. Once we are able to do that, then I think the system is going to be built and tailored to him and bring out all the positives in his game. So, all right, having a base system, and then once they get that implemented, then they retool everything to truly fit the mold of what Tua is good at. So yeah, we can live with that. We can understand that having a base system, okay, that's fine. But yeah, bringing out all the positives in his game. And what are the positives into his game? Accurate as heck. That may be that may be like the biggest positives. We still have to kind of figure out arm strength. That's still the one question mark and maybe potential one knock that we have on Tua. So we have to see arm strength, but it's not like the man can't throw 40, 50 yards. I mean, we've seen him do that. Does he have 55 plus, which kind of takes you to another level at the quarterback? That is going to be kind of tested this offseason. But decision making, accuracy, leadership, game, knowing game awareness, game situations. Tua knows when he needs to make a big play, knows when he can kind of dink and dunk. Now, what don't we like about Tua's game? Really, the only thing is his running ability. This is not a dual threat quarterback. I know sometimes you may think of Tua and associate him with maybe a little bit of a dual threat, a little bit of a running quarterback, but he's not a running quarterback at all. He's like Joe Burrow. They cannot escape the pocket at all. Even kind of rolling out of the pocket, it doesn't look that great. So the best things about Tua's games are truly his accuracy. He's honestly like top 5, and I may be able to make the argument, I would make the argument for top 3 most accurate passers currently in the league. So tight windows, quick throws, tight windows, and all that. That's Tua's game. So we'll see what they decided to do, kind of tailor the offense and what the offense and play calling is going to look like with that in mind. Continuing on with the quote here, he says, quote, "It's important to tailor the game to them, to their talent, rather than fitting the round peg in the square hole." Fantastic. Exactly that. Why fit a round peg? Well, you gotta kind of have to say it the other way, because you can put a round peg in a square hole that will fit, but you can't put a square peg in a round hole that will not fit. So, yeah, that's probably a little bit of a better analogy, but we understand what he's trying to get at here. Why force something? It just makes no sense. That points to bad coaching. If you think you can only win because your one system works and you can never tailor that, or kind of have your players be influenced, or have your kind of system be influenced by the talent around you, that just speaks to bad coaching, dinosaur coaching, that you can't evolve and be more creative. So that's where bad coaching comes from. And there's a lot of bad coaching that could potentially be in the NFL. We won't call anybody out, but we know bad coaching from good coaching. We can look at a coach and be like, that is a good coach. Leader, creativity, thinking outside the box and all that, and then we get some other coaches. Once again, I don't want to say any names, but I will say a name, Mike McCarthy. I mean, once again, how many times can this man beef? Like, that's literally the biggest knock on Mike McCarthy. We don't bring it up that much, but everybody in the national media, the biggest knock on Mike McCarthy, the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, is his time management. How many times have we heard of Mike McCarthy, 2 minutes left in the game, and they beef that situation? 2 minutes left in the game, 2 minutes left in the first half. He beefs the play calling. No urgency, not getting up to the line, not kind of playing to the boundaries, not calling the timeouts at the right time, and then they have to settle for 3 instead of potentially attempting for 7 points with the touchdown, or they don't even get into field goal range because, once again, the clock, there's no awareness there. So how many times do we have to hear that about Mike McCarthy? We know what bad coaching is here in the NFL. So we're hoping Darrell Bevell, loving these quotes so far, tailoring the game to them, to their talent, not fitting a round peg in a square hole. So love hearing that. We also get this real quick. Quote, "We can tailor the offense to bring out the strengths of each guy." Yes. Once again, Jalen Waddle. He's a little bit like Deebo Samuel. So getting Mike McDaniels here, gonna help out the offense as well. Tua and Jalen Waddle, they have that connection. Like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they have that connection instantly because they played in college. So truly watch out for the Tua Jalen Waddle connection. Darrell Bevell, tailoring the offense to what Tua's good at, increasing Jalen Waddle's workload, and then you have the back ability by the head coach, Mike McDaniel. So this is, once again, folks, there is a huge reasons why, if you're a Dolphins fan, to get excited for this upcoming season. All right, another quote here. Let's read the second lead up. Here we go. Tua's strength is his accuracy. Yeah, we said this. Am I writing the articles here for NFL.com? Yeah, exactly. Tua's strength is his accuracy. accuracy, particularly in close quarters, and his ability to quickly get the ball out. There were plenty of times that Tua's quick reads and release saved a sack or worse, because that was the worst thing about the Dolphins this season. The offensive line absolutely trashed, but Tua was still making it work. So once again, I think the overall narrative in the media, y'all know how we feel about that. I don't think it's truly correct, and that's why we stand up for Tua. We go to bat for Tua. We love Tua. Fantastic. But here we go. Daryl Bevell says, quote, I think he's a really accurate passer. That's the thing that jumped out at me right away is looking at him. I haven't done like a complete deep dive yet. Well, don't worry, Daryl Bevell. We've got some film studies on our YouTube channel. Don't worry. We've done the work for you. That's what we saw. That's why we do the film studies. The accuracy jumped off the film. Daryl Bevell says the same thing. Do y'all not know that we know what we're talking about, folks? We didn't start the show for no reason. I just want that to be put out there, okay? So yes, Tua's accuracy, it's so good. That's what I'm saying. It's not just like, oh yeah, the quarterback is accurate. Yeah, it jumps off the page. That's why we watch film studies every single week and kind of watch like the same team, for a couple of weeks, maybe in a row, or 1 week here and then maybe 2-3 weeks down the line to see, was that just a one game fluke? Is this an entire season thing? Is this what he truly is as a quarterback? And we've been saying that by Tua for like the last 2 years, folks. These last 2 seasons, we love the accuracy brought by Tua. So Daryl Bevell agrees. We absolutely love that. Back to the quote. I haven't done like a complete deep dive yet, but I've looked at enough tape that I like the accuracy that he has. I like his ability to make some off-schedule plays. He can get outside the pocket. Yeah, he can. He can get outside the pocket. I don't love it. This man is not quick, folks, okay? So he's not running the ball. We have to get that out of our head. I don't even like him running the ball. He doesn't know when to slide and when to take the hit and all that. So Tua is not anything of a dual threat quarterback. But back to the quote here. He can get outside the pocket. He's not going to be a major runner. But, folks, we are literally predicting these words, these next words coming out of this man's mouth. He's not going to be a major runner, but he can run and make plays with his feet. I really like those kind of things. See, that's where I disagree. He can when everybody is 15 yards down the field and he only needs 5 yards. Yeah, then that's when he can kind of be a little bit of a runner. But I mean, trying to beat somebody to the corner, no. Like, this man is not fast at all. Like, he wasn't fast in college, and we know the speed from the NFL and the college is so much more in the NFL, and he's just looking so much more slower here in the NFL. That's the biggest knock I have on Tua, honestly, is his speed. It is not there at all. But Joe Burrow really has no speed at all either, even though Joe Burrow, I think, is faster than Tua, so that's not good. But, I mean, Joe Burrow's not running the ball, and he's getting to the Super Bowl having no problem. So I don't think, the speed, it's not that big of a factor for Tua, but that is the knock that we do have on the man. All right, we get 2 more quotes here. So here we go. The third lead up. Here we go. The negatives to Tua's game. Ooh, yeah, let's see what they say about the negatives of Tua's game. Love to hear this. The negative to Tua's game is the lack of arm strength that could hold back the offense. Yes, could. But once again, when we were watching Tua in college, we saw him unload the deep ball. So once again, we are going to kind of, look at every narrative that we have exiting the season, in the offseason, making sure those narratives are still good. And this is what we're going to watch on Tua. Let's see this arm strength, because that's what everybody says. When everybody knocks Tua, they always bring up that arm strength. And once again, I can kind of maybe potentially see where they're saying that, but let's have the film kind of truly tell us, because I know that man was launching bombs at Alabama. He had no time for those deep balls to develop in the NFL. Once again, they even said in the article, the offensive line. I mean, he was kind of running for his life the entire season. So let's hold off a little bit. I know it's tough to do, but let's hold off a little bit on Tua's overall arm strength, kind of bringing him totally down in kind of really bad quarterback level thinking. So let's hold off on that, but let's continue with the article. Here we go. Once again, the lead up here, where he didn't, let's go back, particularly down the field and deep outside the numbers, where he didn't target much in 2021. Once again, because of the offensive line a little bit. Bevel said he wouldn't judge whether Tua had limited arm strength before working with him in person. See, there we go. There we go. I'm not going to judge his arm strength yet before I see it. And once again, let's us watch it as well. We have no time in today's show. We're already going too late. I got to wrap this up because we got to get to the NBA betting. But yeah, we'll definitely go, folks. We've got months. We've got months. We got time. We will definitely watch Tua's arm strength. I don't think it's as bad as everybody's making it out to be. But back to Darrell Bevel here, says, quote, I think it's important for me to be able to see the ball coming out of his hands in person. I can see it on tape. I can see him making some of the throws. There are questions that I have, but I want to see the ball come out of his hand in person. That's the one thing for me, always on tape, is it's hard to tell the true velocity. So I want to get him out here on the grass and see exactly what it looks like. From what I've seen, we'll definitely be able to have high success from him being able to throw the football. He can make many of the throws that we're going to ask him to do, and the ones that he can't, then we're going to do something different. So love it. Hey, we know his strength. We're going to play to his strengths, and whatever is not his strengths, we're going to kind of stay away from it, which is, once again, it should not be genius, but it's literally genius in today's NFL because not everybody's doing this. So yes, Darrell Bevel, love everything that we're hearing so far. One final quote. Let's make sure he wraps it all up and doesn't lose us anywhere. Let's bring it home, Darrell Bevel. Can you bring it home for the Dolphins fans out here? Let's see. Last lead up to the last quote. Here we go. Assuming the bulk of Mike McDaniel's offense relies on the Kyle Shanahan scheme, it should fit with what Tua does well, namely getting the ball to players in space and working defenses over the middle. In addition, the Dolphins' RPO game should be better in 2022 in the new system. I truly agree with that. To help the quarterback, the Dolphins must upgrade the run game and offensive line after both struggled in 2021. Absolutely, definitely. I mean, that's the key in this draft. Obviously, there's no big quarterback. They're not looking for a quarterback, obviously. So shore up that offensive line, and I think we're good. I don't even think we have to bring in another running back. I think we can make it work with what we have. I think the offensive line is the true main priority this season, and we'll see how they prioritize that as we see free agent signings and drafts and all that. Last quote here by Darrell Bevel says, quote, anytime you run the football, that's a quarterback's best friend. It opens up so much when you turn around and hand the ball to the quarterback. When you turn around and hand the ball to the quarterback, it takes a lot of pressure off of you, but then it affects the defense in a positive way where you can play fake them and distort the defense. So once again, running, you need the running game because everything kind of plays off the running game, especially in today's NFL where everything is misdirection, everything is play action, especially with these running quarterbacks that can either keep it, not keep it. Lamar Jackson, Ravens, that's the perfect example. They can do it all. They can run with three running backs. They can run with the quarterback. They can pitch. They can toss. They can screen. They can fake. I mean, they can do misdirection. They can do pre-motion, all that. There's so much that is built off the run that you need at least a little bit of a running game. Look at the Bengals. Look at the two teams in the Super Bowl, folks. The Bengals, Joe Mixon, A1 tier 1 running back and a dual threat ability running back catching the ball out of the backfield, a little bit of downfield as well. Look at the Rams. They lost their running back. Cam Akers had to bring in Sony Michel. He got him over that hump. Cam Akers comes back and they win the Super Bowl. Running game is truly important, and they were able to run the ball with Sony Michel and Cam Akers throughout this entire season. One running back goes down, bring another one in, and then go back to the one that went down. So you need a running game at minimum, and the Dolphins are looking to kind of upgrade theirs with a new, better offensive line this season. So loving everything that we're hearing from this Dolphins offense. We're offensive minded at the coaching position. Love that. We've got some solid studs there still on defense. We've got some playmakers. Shout out to Mac Hollins, the wide receiver for the Dolphins, kind of coming on late this season. And then obviously Jalen Waddle. We've still got the tight end Mike Gesicki that I got big believability in. And I'm still holding out hope for Devonte Parker, the Dolphins deep threat wide receiver. I believe this man can play. Needs the 1,000% stay healthy. That's the only knock on Devonte Parker. He can go up. He would honestly be a top 5 wide receiver in the league right now if he was never injured, but he's always injured. Not good. The best ability is what, folks? Availability. And Devonte Parker's availability is like a 4 out of 1,000, folks. Okay, not good. So, Dolphins, loving everything about him, tailoring the offense around Tua. But once again, that's not what Brian Flores did. Once again, defensive-minded coaches at the head coaching position, they just overlook the offense. It's probably not even purposefully. It's probably not even consciously. It's just, hey, I'm defensive-minded. I've always grown up defense. Defense wins championships. Defense this, defense that. So they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter what the offense look like. My defense will win these games single-handedly. All you have to do on offense is not turn over the ball. Can you not turn over the ball and score 3 points? Because that's all you have to do with defensive-minded coaches. That's their thinking. So it's not a knock on Brian Flores. We love the guy. He's one of the best minds defensively in the league. We love him with the Steelers. He's just not head coach material. That's all it is. So Dolphins fans, get pumped. Should be a great season. Hopefully we don't get big time derailed by this lawsuit. We'll see how it all plays out. But this Dolphins team, folks, loving everything we're hearing from it.